It's Wednesday, April 22nd on the Auburn Torch. Auburn has its new gymnastics coach, plus golf, plus a bunch of other stuff. Let's talk about it. AuburnTorch.com. Right now on the site, we've got a story up on Jackson Coyven. We're going to get to gymnastics in a little bit, get to everything else in a little bit, but we'll start there. New story went up just this morning on Jackson, Auburn's all-timer of a golf prospect. The world's number one amateur. It's not particularly close. He's maybe one of the best surefire pro prospects. I mean, you can't say enough good things about him, and it's kind of hard to, you wonder, has it really hit Auburn fans, and has it hit Auburn fans how much an Auburn fan he is. We talked to him last week about the SEC championship, about golf, but I also wanted to talk to him some about just his relationship with Auburn, and that's what this story is. And you see it in the title, I'll always call this place home. So a little delve into Jackson's relationship with Auburn, just what Auburn means to him. And I think you might enjoy it. Don't get too technical with the golf stuff. That wasn't kind of the purpose of the story. But yeah, I did pull the strokes gained world rating. He has the 14th best in the world, not among amateurs, among everybody. And the list kind of speaks for itself. I mean, here's all the superstars: Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, Tommy Fleetwood, Bryson. All the stars are here on this list, and he's right up there with them. And Scotty's at the top. So this is on AuburnTorch.com right now. Check it out. As for the men right now, presently they're 2 under. Logan Riley has a birdie, and Caden Pope has a birdie so far. And early play for men's golf there at the SEC Championship. You guys know the format of that one by now. They will play. They'll play 3 days, 3 rounds of stroke play. Top 8 teams go to match play. So you just gotta make the cut. Just gotta be in the top 8. But Auburn intends to, Nick Kleinert was saying, intends to dominate stroke play and set the tone. And Jackson has won stroke play as an individual 2 years in a row. Could be 3rd year in a row. So we'll be following them today. And you can get ready. Reading about it at AuburnTorch.com. So much else. Gymnastics, but first, let's go to women's golf. Yesterday, match play final, fell in the championship. Runners up at the SEC tournament, lost to Tennessee 3-2. I'm sure they're upset, and I'm sure they're feeling like it's a bit of a missed opportunity. Tennessee was, I think, ranked 17th. It was kind of like, when tennis drew LSU in the final, it was kind of, not on the surface, not supposed to be the toughest draw. You didn't play the defending national champion or one of the number one team in the country. Didn't have them in the final. You had Tennessee, but hey, man, it's still tough to win an SEC championship, and there's a lot of reasons why, because there's a lot of good teams, and Auburn couldn't make it happen. 3-2. It all came down to Karis Werby and Kyra Van Can at Tennessee. She was 2 up. 2 up with. Karis got a birdie on 16 to make it a 1 up, and then she just needed to win one of the next 2 holes. But credit to Van Can, she birdied on the par 4 17. Karis parred. That's pretty good. But credit to Van Can, she put down a birdie to shut the door. So it all came down to her. Obviously, you wanted better performances from Katie Cranston and Charlotte Cantonis. Not just that they lost, if you're listening, but if you're listening and not looking at the scoreboard, they lost 6 and 5, both of them. You want them to be doing better. You wonder if players ran out of gas or what happened there. But anyway, SEC championships. That SEC championship in the rear view. NCAA championships, NCAA regionals begin. I have that date written down somewhere here. May 11th, NCAA regionals begin for Auburn and for the women. So there's that one. Men today, they'll be playing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in match play. Saturday would be in stroke play. Saturday would be the beginning of stroke play. The quarters would be in the morning and the semis in the afternoon. So 36 rounds of golf on Saturday if you advance that far. And then the final is going to be on Sunday. What else? Softball is tonight at Troy. Women's tennis, number one. Women's tennis, number one in the country. First, again, more history made by women's tennis. And, for the teams they beat and how well they did at the SEC tournament, it is well deserved. They've been knocking on the door. Sometimes this algorithm, we've wondered, what does Auburn need to do with this algorithm, right? They would be at number 2 and drop down to 4 for no reason, even though they won, seemingly no reason. LSU has rocketed from 15th up to 9th. I'm seeing, but still a top 10 dominated by SEC. In fact, the top 4 are all SEC: Auburn, Georgia, A&M, and Oklahoma. Isn't it weird that Oklahoma's in the SEC? How old do I have to get? How many years does it take to get used to that? How many people aren't used to South Carolina and Arkansas being in the SEC? I mean, I grew up with it. Well, is that 92? I grew up with that, so that's okay to me. I don't know. Anyway, world tennis number all the way down to 12.6. Auburn's still number 1 in the UTR. The UTR has loved Auburn since the beginning. So now Auburn will certainly host a NCAA. I don't know if they don't really call it regionals, but it is regionals. That 4 teams go to one campus site for the beginning, and then they have super regionals. So I guess they do call it regionals. But anyway, this first 2 rounds will be on campus. Auburn should host super regionals as well. So Auburn should be able to play at home at Yarborough for a lot of that. But anyway, history was made yesterday. First time Auburn has ever been number 1 in the women's tennis. And hey, man, that's the end of the SEC, end of the conference tournaments, and all that's left is the NCAA tournament. So Auburn will be riding a number 1, rolling into NCAA's with the number 1 ranking in the country. So pretty good stuff right there. Gymnastics, man, out of left field, but we've got you covered at auburntorch.com. I kind of tried to explain that it is I'm going to give you we'll go a little look behind the paywall here. I tried to kind of explain that it was a very surprising move, not just for me, but if you look around the Gymternet, you look around, people I've talked to, talked to someone at College Gym News, they were all surprised. Just a big surprise for Auburn to have pulled Ryan Roberts. Not necessarily in they thought, people were like, good surprise, bad surprise. Not necessarily in a surprise Auburn could pull him. Not really. I mean, this is a guy who's only has, a couple years of head coaching experiences, and that's as a co-head coach, not to poo-poo on Ryan. So not in a oh my gosh, how did they swing that? But just in a wasn't on people's radar kind of move. But you know what? It makes a lot of sense, and I explain that right now. This is on auburntorch.com. 3 things to know about him, and 3 questions to ask. And I'll just give you a peek at at a couple, but here is his. If you're watching on video, uh, here is his bars has been his big thing. He obviously has experience coaching all of it, but bars has been his big thing, and that's where he succeeded as his own gymnast was on high bar, in men's gymnastics, and but now coaching on even bars in women's gymnastics, he has had success. You're seeing here the season averages of each of his teams each year. His last 8 years in the SEC, he's coaching elite. He coached Norwegian national team and was just coaching at a pretty big gym in Texas before going to Alabama in 2019. And you're seeing here their bar score averages going up pretty much every year, with rare exception at both Alabama and Georgia. I mean, in Alabama, he raised this score from a 49.19 to a 49.43, and 49.4 average is pretty darn good. If you're following, you're listening to the Torch Talk every day, 49.3 is you take that one to the bank, right? And at Georgia, same thing, from a 40, raise it by a tenth, and from a 49.25 to about a 49.35 over 4 years. So anyway, to put the chart, just goes up, right? Hey man, check it out, Ryan Roberts. We talk about his recruiting ability in here. We lay out some recent classes, some things to look at, some things to chew on. For him, I'll give you a peek at one of the questions, I guess, and that is, this is one I'll ask him when I get the chance. But the perception for me watching college gymnastics is, hey man, he's done it at Alabama and he's done it at Georgia. Perception is, can you, coaching at Alabama and coaching at Georgia, no offense to him, is easy mode, right? Those are the schools, 4-time national champion, 10-time national champion, the prestige, the whatever. That is, consciously or subconsciously, the judges certainly feel that those when the script A and the oval G are on the leotards, that's how it's supposed to look. And those are the programs who do it the right way, right? That's what makes this Auburn job so difficult. So now, not only is it the greatest opportunity of his career in college, it is certainly the biggest challenge of his career in college. And hey man, he's got to can he rise to the occasion, right? I think he needs to have an attack attitude. I think he may have that. I don't know. I don't know if you accept this job without that attack attitude. I'll be looking forward to talking to him. That's one of the questions. There's a few things. Again, we look at the recruiting classes. We look at some of the things he did. I mean, obviously, anecdotally out there's one of the best gymnasts in the country right now, Lily Smith at Georgia. She got hurt this year, but she was committed to Alabama, and he got hired from Alabama to go to Georgia, and she flipped. I mean, she was there. She went with him, right? Now she's staying. Don't worry. Don't get too excited. She's not getting into the portal and going to Auburn. She's basically made that clear already on Instagram. But I'm just saying that's the recruiting prowess, the kind of that's how hands-on he was with recruiting, and that's got to be one of the other factors that Auburn liked in him and wanted to see in him. So anyway, that's just scratching the surface. 3 things to know, 3 questions to ask right now on auburntorch.com. Hey, let me go. Follow golf. Let's see if anything, has score changed any at men's golf. Oh, no, Auburn's even. A couple bogeys have hurt Auburn here. Auburn's at even, still very early, very, very early. Jackson has a birdie. He birdied on 2. Logan Riley birdied on 1. 3 birdies and 3 bogeys so far for Auburn, but it changed live as we're looking at it. Auburn's they were at even, now they're at that -1. So there you go, 1 under. That's gonna take a minute for the leaderboard to settle down as things just started. But anyway, they'll be playing all morning. They'll be playing for the rest of the week. We'll be following that. So I'll let you know if anything crazy happens on Twitter. Hopefully, I'll get to follow a lot of it. So let me get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. More Torch Talk. Same Torch Talk place. Same Torch Talk time. Anyway, we will be back. Until then, take care.